rare celestial event, and the upcoming phenomena dubbed the blood moon signals a supernatural connection to biblical prophecy. NASA is calling this lunar tetrad, which is defined as 4 successive blood moon lunar events that will happen between April of 2014 and continue to September of 2015. Now, each one will occur during an important Jewish holiday like Passover. These celestial happenings have taken place only a handful of times over the past 2,000 years, but the last 3 events coincided with historic events that began in 1493 and ended in 1967 with the advent of the 6-day Arab-Israeli War.
And now to something out of this world. A very rare space event is just days away. A comet named Siding Spring will fly close to Mars, within 140,000 kilometers in fact. That's about a third of the distance between
the planet also means, very concretely, our very survival. We are, all of you know it, on the edge of a climatic abyss. In fact, we have 500 days to avoid a climate chaos.
We have 500 days to avoid a climate chaos. Very important issue of climate change, climate chaos, and we have, I said that we had 500 days to avoid the climate chaos.
There's a giant asteroid flying towards Earth. Detected by a Russian robotic telescope, it's one of the largest and most dangerous space rocks approaching our planet's orbit. RT's Murad Gaziev looks at the threat from the void.
Humanity's last experience with a large asteroid was painful. Almost 2 years ago, the Chelyabinsk meteor, traveling at 19 kilometers a second, exploded in the skies above Russia. The blast was dozens of times more powerful than an atomic bomb. But that meteor was only 20 or so meters in diameter, weighing about as much as the Eiffel Tower. This new asteroid is an entirely different story. It's 20 times bigger, the size of a village, weighing millions of times more. If this asteroid, for now called 2014 UR116, flew into our atmosphere, it wouldn't just burn up in the air and shatter windows. This would hit the planet's surface, potentially killing millions. But calm for now. It's not yet on a collision course with Earth. The danger is, as it passes near planets and the sun, gravity could alter its path. In fact, the Russian space agency, which detected UR116, has satellites watching just for such objects. And it's not only Russia. An American observatory a decade ago detected another similar asteroid. There was a big scare about that, if you remember. Apophis was named after the Egyptian god of evil, and asteroids its size hit Earth on average once in 80,000 years. NASA gave it a very real chance of impacting our planet, though that was later revised down. But the danger from asteroids is very real, and astronomers are increasingly keeping an eye out and thinking about what to do if they confirm a collision course, though don't expect anything quite as dramatic as Bruce Willis leading his team of misfits to save the world.
Sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every freeman, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks,
Fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand?
In the past 2 or 3 years, and I'm talking both secular guests and religious, ecclesiastical guests from various fields of expertise have indicated that they believe something significant is going to happen in September 2015.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. If you do not wake up, I will come like a thief, and you will not know at what time I will come to you. I will come like a thief, and you will not know at what time I will come to you.
all of you know it, on the edge of a climatic abyss.
The fifth angel sounded his trumpet, and I saw a star that had fallen from the sky to the earth. The star was given the key to the shaft of the abyss. When he opened the abyss, smoke rose from it like the smoke from a gigantic furnace. The sun and sky were darkened by the smoke from the abyss.
We are, all of you know it, on the edge of a climatic abyss. In fact, we have 500 days to avoid
all the immediate challenges that we gathered to address this week. Terrorism, instability, inequality, disease. There's one issue that will define the contours of this century more dramatically than any other. And that is the urgent and growing threat of a changing climate. This once distant threat has moved firmly into the present and into the sting of more frequent extreme weather events.
Labor pains in nature, which are going to become more and more frequent and more intense the closer we get to the birth of the kingdom of God.
No nation is immune. In America, the past decade has been our hottest on record. Along our eastern coast, the city of Miami now floods at high tide. In our west, wildfire season now stretches most of the year. In our heartland, farms have been parched by the worst drought in generations and drenched by the wettest spring in our history. A hurricane left parts of this great city dark and underwater. Worldwide, this summer was the hottest ever recorded. So the climate is changing faster than our efforts to address it. The alarm bells keep ringing. We are the first generation to feel the impact of climate change and the last generation that can do something about it. We are the first generation to feel the impact of climate change and the last generation that can do something about it.